Good evening. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. This is the review. Atalanta 2, Manchester United 2. Gentlemen.
Oh my days.
Rebel. I'm not even 2-2. Let's get it right. 2-2. We turned up for exactly 4 minutes of the whole game and we managed to draw. OMONDI, brief outline of what you reckon happened there, mate.
I think the result is the most important thing. We could digest all the other stuff that happened during the game, and a lot of bad things were going on during the game. But you have to give credit to Atalanta. They're a good unit. To beat them at home would have been a huge task, you know. And people still seem to underestimate these teams. And when I say teams, I mean teams, because that's the difference, I feel, between us and other opponents we're playing, because they play as a team. They've got a structure and everything else, and this is what gets them through. Most of their players, I couldn't even tell you who they are, you know. To a casual fan, you wouldn't even know who they are. So credit to them as a team. That's what we want to see. If we had half of their teamwork and sort of practice, drilled kind of play, we would be killing that team 5-0 maybe, or winning a lot better and winning most of our games, you know. But once again, we've had to rely on one player to bail us out, and he's a finisher, and he will finish his dinner every single time. So very dramatic. Saved us, saved Ollie again. Ollie should be going and shaking his hand at minimum.
Rebel.
What my learned colleague Mr. OMONDI has said is pretty much bang on the money. If they were Bonnie and Clyde, they would have been proud of the robbery that they done tonight, because honestly, for 99.9% of the time, it was dreadful. I have a number of notes about various bits and bobs, but as we said, the result is number one. That means we're 3 points away from qualifying for the group somehow. I don't know how. We could very easily be on no points at this stage of the Champions League, to be honest, which is the way we played. But we are within 3 points, i.e. Young Boys, at home, at Old Trafford, away from getting out of this group stage and into the knockout phase.
Okay. I'm going to be the question master. I'm going to be the question master and the question answerer today. Nobody seems to be happy. I'm looking at a couple of messages that I've put up, and apart from the ones that are saying hello, most of them are quite disgusted with the performance. A couple are saying Ollie has to go. I mean, are we top of our group still?
Let me just pull that up real quick for you.
Thank you. I took a couple of notes, obviously, but you know what? This isn't the time for notes. I think this is the eye test one. This is the OMONDI show today. First half, we started in the 3-5-2, which some people lauded as this great masterstroke. Good evening, Talk. Sorry to have cut you off, and welcome.
Don't worry.
We were lauding this 3-5-2 that we changed to. Varane coming off. I think we played better when we went to the formation that the team are used to playing. I think Bailly saved our bacon today. He played like he wants to play in the team. And I would like to see a lot more drive out of a couple more players like that, in all fairness. OMONDI, the 3-5-2, what do you think happened? What do you think needs to be changed? And do you think Oli should ever use it again?
I thought it was a good thing to start with, considering how we played against Spurs the other day. Coming away from home, you want to be compact, you want to be secure, and we started that way, you know. And this is against, like I keep saying, against a good team, team that play football over and over again. So it's really unfortunate that we didn't have Varane got injured. I don't know how serious it is. Hopefully, it's not that serious. He can get back as soon as possible. Good luck with that. But like you said, Bailly played really well. He's sort of like, I don't know. He always gives me a heart attack, Bailly, when I see him play. But he did play. He had a good performance today. Harry Maguire was poor. As soon as we went back to the back four for the goal, their second goal, I think he should have been reading the line. He should have been watching the line, and he called it, and he sort of knew, you know. And when I watched the first replay, I thought, oh God, that's not offside, you know, as well. So I think the 3-5-2 does work. If we would have continued with it, I don't think we would have changed the four. It's just that it's fortunate in a way, and maybe unfortunate that Varane got injured. Then we had to change, and it was a kind of bold move by Oli to sort of bring on Greenwood instead of bringing on the defender and keeping with that system. And going to the four, which was all I'm going to say, it was four at the back, and then beyond that, it was sort of touch and go. Just to say as well, I think Pogba's still got good ability on the ball. I know he's getting a lot of criticism, but I was looking at it and saying, okay, let's be fair here. But Tommy's giving the ball away as well, and no one's really saying anything about that because that's expected. But when Pogba gives the ball away, oh, he's doodling on the ball. Oh, he's doing that. But I saw him driving into the box, feinting, giving 1-2s, trying to play, you know. And so
did you hear me?
Did
you hear me on Monday? Did you not hear me? You were talking about Scott. Did you hear what I was saying? Scott's not good enough.
I didn't. No.
Good enough. He ain't good enough for his club. Simple as that. Not by a long shot. Pogba's got his skill set and everything else, but he was giving the ball away. But I mean, why did Oli bottle it? Why did he bottle it when we had to make that change with Varane? Why did he bottle it and go forward the back? That's it. You know, for me, he should have stuck with his guns and gone. Tellez, shift your across and stick with it. Stick with it. Go and keep to the plan. But no, he bottled it and went for the easy option out. And
I just said it's quite bold. I thought it was quite bold talking to you.
Yeah, well, he bottled it. In my opinion, he bottled it. Why
that's a big contrast, isn't it? That's what I mean. That's good for discussion, isn't it? It's a big contrast. I'm saying I consider that to be quite bold, and you're saying complete opposite. That's good. It's good to talk football like that. Yeah, but it's funny how we see things differently.
Why is he not giving Tellez the opportunity there? You know, and the other thing is when we're playing this formation, the mid block, low block, whatever you want to call it, they're pressing us because they know that we're not going to press them. Then they're just going shifting across. So they press us when they get possession, they move across spaces and the ping ponging it about. We're doing nothing. When we did get possession, what we're doing? Going backwards and sideways, backwards, sideways, then one over the top, runner. Not good enough. It's crazy.
Can I interrupt?
We're totally off. This has got to, something's got to give like sharpish, in my opinion.
OMONDI?
Rebel. Yeah, so I just want to interrupt. Like, I think it was, who was on BT Sports? Is it Steve McManaman?
Yeah.
They're giving a commentator. So he was saying the same thing. Oh, they're playing too slow. They're playing it back and all this kind of thing. I just think, first of all, let's try and keep the ball. And if that does mean playing safe and playing it back, as long as we keep possession, I don't mind that. Because we're not a team, it's hard to have these patterns of play to pop, and be attacking like that. We're not Liverpool, as we see. You know, they showed us what the difference. A lot of time, I've started. So I finish. A lot of times when people are criticizing like that, I think it's a bit unfair. The main thing is keep the ball. If it means slowing up and everything else, I just think it's sometimes, not accusing anyone here, I sometimes think it's a bit of bias. Sometimes they're slow on the ball. We're not a team, remember that. And also, I think it's a bit uneducated sometimes, fans, especially English fans, who want to see attack, and just bomb the ball forward all the time. When really, I applaud the other side of the game where we can try and keep the ball. All right, nothing on. Let's turn back and keep it. If you look at Greenwood's game, he got one cross, but he kept the ball. He tried to do the right thing and pass it about. And you have to sometimes reward those sort of things.
But that's all good and well.
Talk 1 second. Talk 1 minute. 1 minute. Rebel.
Okay, first on the table, before we go any further, Manchester United are on 7 points, and so are Villarreal. We have a goal difference of 1, they have a goal difference of 4. The implication being that we've beaten them in a head-to-head, so that's why we're top. Atalanta then are sitting behind us on 5 points, but they play Young Boys next, and we play Villarreal. So basically, what we need is 3 points from either Villarreal or Young Boys in the last 2, and we go through. That's the positive part. But let's get realistic. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to go inside to Ronaldo, take off his boots, and absolutely wipe his feet clean for what he's done for that man today, because Ronaldo absolutely balled out. When we talk about that back five, the problem I had was Wan-Bissaka was absolutely at sea in the more advanced role. I do not think that he's comfortable playing further up. We saw a much better Wan-Bissaka when we reverted to type. Now, the question of the battle as to whether or not he should or should not have stuck with his guns and played the 3 at the back. Given that the minutes that Telles has played this season, it was probably going to be a hard one to say that persisting would have been the best option, because if it had failed, we would have been on here saying, why did he not change back to a 4-2-3-1 or whatever? I thought Maguire was absolutely dreadful. And if you remember, following on from the Leicester game, previewing the very first Atalanta match, I read a quote from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer: "We were far too easy to play through." We were far too easy to play through against Atalanta that night. We were far too easy to play through against Liverpool the following Premier League game. To a less extent, against a Spurs team that were pretty much at the lowest ebb that they possibly could be when we played them last Saturday. We gave up a few chances that were far too easy for Son, and I think Lucas Moura absolutely gave us nightmares as well at points during that game. And we reverted to being far too easy to play through again tonight. And we want to see improvement and progress, but I'm not sure whatever's going on in the training pitch, whether it's the players aren't finding it difficult to adapt, but we need to see some progress. And I'm finding it hard to defend the way that we're going about our business at this stage, unfortunately.
Talk, do you want to finish that now?
Oh, yeah, if I can remember what Monday was saying.
Sorry.
No, but listen, I know what Monday is saying there about the keeping the ball and all the blah, blah, but that doesn't get you goals. And also, you keep doing that, the opposition are like, right, okay, we see a pattern emerging here. You're going to do anything. You're not doing anything. All they're doing is going sideways, backwards, sideways, back, and a little dink over the top. Easy, all too easy for Atalanta. Listen, we're playing a system where you've got to be like, when you're trying to be like fast penetrating attacks, that's what we're supposed to be doing with that system when we get the ball. You know, we've got 5 across the midfield there with the wide players. We see they were outnumbering us on the width, putting 2 on blocking us off. So you go, okay, then let's make it nice and tight in the midfield. Pass, go. Forward moves, run, make runs behind them and get the ball through, but we weren't doing it. You can't win full games of football like that. And we were just giving them the confidence to just keep containing us. It was too easy.
OMONDI?
Just mind, guys, if you wonder why I'm looking around, I've got a terrible headache. I'm struggling out here, but I'm talking low-key. So 2 points to respond to that. I just think like the Premiership champions are Manchester City, and they pass, sideways, backwards, that is the way they play, you know. And that's the whole goal of that is to keep the ball. When you got possession of the ball, they can't score. So you're saying you need to attack so we can score and do something, be effective. But I think the problem we're having is we're leaking goals because we're giving the ball away at this level against teams that can hurt you on the break, and you've got players running at your defence a lot of the time, is when we try to play that progressive pass without any sort of philosophy or style of play or anything to fall back on. We're getting countered a lot. So sometimes when you do try to be play that progressive pass rather than the high percentage pass, the short pass, or come back, play the way you're facing, that kind of thing, and build as a team. So you give the ball away, and then they can break on you. So it's a good discussion. I think it's a good debate. It's like me and you, like a different, like bipolar. It's like two ends of the spectrum here about how we view the game. And it's amazing, isn't it, that we can watch a game like that and have such different views about what we want and what we expect. So but the thing is, talk. I do understand your point. I do understand your point and your frustration. But at the same time, when I think about it, I think, okay, what would I rather? We got major issues at the moment about conceding goals. Just keep the ball, guys. Build as a team. Don't try that, exciting pass into the channels or into feet. It's not always going to come off. I'd rather build as a team, at least have some sort of style of play. We're watching Arsenal at the moment. Arsenal playing really good football. They're building from the back,
No, don't bring Arsenal into a Champions League show. Don't. That's the first thing. Secondly, the level of football that you think that you have in your head, Manchester United do not fucking play. On Monday, 1-0. You dream about 1-0 every week. It doesn't happen. You dream about this slow, progressive, pass the ball sideways football, progressive, keep hold of the ball. We can't play like that. On Monday, forget what you keep wanting to happen. It doesn't happen. No game since I've known you's gone how you want it to go. None. We don't win the games 1-0.
We've known each other since Ollie's been in charge. So this is what I'm saying. So you're just highlighting our deficiency that we can't play that way. We're not able to fall back and say, all right, let's manage this game out and keep a bit of possession here. Let's, that kind of thing. This is something we're not able to do.
When have you ever done that?
It's been very rare I've ever seen us do that,
But that's what I'm saying. What you want is a pipe dream, bruv.
Mr. B, we're also like we're not breaking that cycle of what you're talking about, and we need to break that cycle by being more offensive when we've got possession of the ball. We've got to. All right, I know and I understand. There's moments in games where you need to keep the ball, frustrate the opposition, but there also has to be, if you're going to go away in a Champions League game where you've got to get the points, right, but preferably points. You have to, frustrate them. That's all good and well. But there was many opportunities in that, especially in that first half, where we could have played the ball in forward passes with runners. I mean, we're not doing it. We're so reluctant to do it, and it just frustrates the hell out of me. And I just think, I don't understand. Are they taking it upon themselves? Are they not confident enough to do it, or is this a direct instruction from Ollie and the coaches? Because either way, it's not good. That is not good enough, is it? For us, we got to win games. We have to win games. The position that we're in right now, Ollie has to win games. Otherwise, it's curtains.
Can we just talk about their two goals tonight? First goal, it was their first shot on target. Ball came in from the side. There was a wall of 4 United players, goal side, and there was about 3 or 4 opposite the other side. The ball went through the 7 or 8 of them, and they were looking at it. An Atalanta player came right through. Nobody thought, hang on a second, what's going on here? And he had a clean open shot and goal. And should they have done better? Yes, no, maybe. Doesn't matter. We shouldn't have given the chance in the first place. Goal number two. You remember Atlanta's first goal in game 1. Quick free kick, ball in, Bob's your teapot, goal. How's goal 2 tonight? Free kick, quick ball in, no defensive organisation, nobody allowed to the quick free kick. We have not progressed in terms of what we're trying to do defensively. And if you're looking at that, if you're looking over the course of the season, how many times we're making these sort of clinical errors, you got to wonder, where the basics are coming in on the training ground. What are we doing? Is it a case that the players are getting outplayed or not worked when they come onto the pitch? Or is it a case that we're not preparing them correctly? We have to ask ourselves, and we have to take a real look at ourselves and say, okay, something's not working. Where is the break in the link? And how do we fix it? And what does that mean? Like, because on Saturday, we're going to be playing a bigger, badder Wolf than what we face tonight. And if we cough up the amount of chances that we've allowed to come through our flanks, it could be ugly. And we do not want to see ugly, because we're all very proud, passionate United fans. We want to see our club doing well. We want to be in those Champions League finals. We want to be winning those Premier Leagues. We said last night in the previous show that there were levels. When we started the season, we were looking up here. We were looking at that Premier League title. We were looking at the Champions League final. We're now looking at getting out of the knockout stage, qualifying in 4th, maybe doing an FA Cup run. That is a big climb down in 2 months of football.
Well, we're going to play. Listen, against City, he's going to have to go the 4-2-3-1 counter. No two ways about that. We are going to have to be compact. We are going to have to sit back. Because if we try and play anything like what we played tonight, I agree with you, Rebel. We will get absolutely torn to shreds. We'll get torn to shreds because you're not pressing these City players. Them spaces, like I say, they'll get up close to you, right? Then you're not going to move. They'll just shift. All it takes is a yard. They shift the yard.
What they do? What?
Boom.
What would they do? You get close to them. What would they do? Pass it backwards. Pass it sideways. Effectively. Yeah.
No, Man City will play it. Yeah, but no, they'll play it in front of us. They will go in front. They'll go right through us. That's what I'm saying. They'll get close to you, but then they'll move
if you go and press them, what they do, they just play the way they're facing, pop, and play triangles around you. It's a really, really simple game the way they play. What I'm saying earlier, we can't criticize when we're keeping the ball. Because you want to push it forward, we need to push forward, whatever. It's 90 minutes. You got to build, fall back onto something, right? We could nothing on here. Let's start again. Nothing on here. Let's start again. At least you can have a start again with moves if you've got the ball. What I don't like to see is people breaking on us. Like the second goal, breaking on us. Maguire's hesitant. He knows he's played the guy on side. That's why he had to sprint full. Well, 3/4 pace to most people, full pace for him to try and get over there. And he nearly gave a penalty away himself, you know. And you know me, I love Maguire, and all last season I thought he's fantastic. But I don't know, he seems to be slipping up a bit. Don't know what's happened to him. I really don't know what's going on with him. He needs to organise better than that. But yeah, overall, forget the City game. I'm just talking about today. I'm happy about the result. That's the main thing. And I don't know if anyone's seen Escape to Victory, when Pele gets up there and says, just give me the ball here. I go this, I go there, I go this. It should be the same. Ronaldo should say, look, Ronaldo, give the team talk. And he say, look, feed me, give me here, anywhere in the box, and I'll score goals for you. Because that's what's happening at the moment. It's just so basic. That's our tactic.
Do you know, on Monday, coming in there on that, just to finish up on your point, the point you made about the way that City played the ball, that actually reminds me of what we miss in the genius that was Michael Carrick when he was in our midfield, because he was able to read those situations. I looked at tonight at us trying to play out from the back. How many times did we end up having a front ball from De Gea where we hoped that Ronaldo or somebody up top would take it down? I remember there was an interview with Robin Van Persie, Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes, and somebody else in the BT studios a couple of years ago after they'd all retired. And Ferguson, in the year that Van Persie was signed, is your job is to find Van Persie on the pitch.
Yes.
If you can't find Van Persie, you will not play. And there was a system, there was a pattern of play, there was a structure. And as you said, we're not seeing that at the moment.
Yeah.
Look, we've been talking for 25 minutes. We're top of our group and there's so much negativity. Ronaldo came and banged too. Is there no joy in what we did today? Is there nothing to be positive about? Is there no one performance, two performance? Bar Ronaldo, let's understand
let's put it into context.
That we've got. One sec. Let's talk about, we understand what we've got. It's a 2-2 draw away from home against Atlanta in the Champions League. Nobody's happy. None of you are happy.
I keep saying it's a good result. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No. So good result, bad performance. Is this what we're looking at here?
Good result. But there's a lot of it, like we're saying, about the defensive errors, the second goal, Harry Maguire playing them on, and that kind of thing. The first goal, as Rebel, talked us through. We can visualize it now. The first goal, it came in between Wan-Bissaka, who was a wing back, and the third defender on the right there, which was Bailey. Wan-Bissaka got back into shape, but the guy turned, squared him up, and passed it to a guy who's just there in the middle of the box, and he scored. So these are just simple errors, in my opinion. They're simple errors, and also it's about our style of play. So we're saying we need to rush it, get it forward, all this kind of thing. I don't mind taking our time to get back in the game, build as a team. Then we did play in spells in their half, but they played comfortably, more comfortably in our half than we did with theirs. But let me just say this: if you want to talk about positives, the first goal was absolutely brilliant. It was just like forced. When I say forced, it's like Greenwood gets the ball. He saw the run of Bruno. And this is what I'm saying. Bruno made that run. If he didn't make that run, everyone's just standing there waiting for something to happen. But he made that run into the box. Obviously, he's on the same page as Ronaldo. Maybe Ronaldo gave him a call, set him, and he finished his dinner. And that was a beautiful goal to watch. Really beautiful goal. I know everyone in the comments would love that goal. Everyone, any football lover, no matter who you support, would look at a goal and be fantastic, when it really was required. So I'm really happy about that goal. That got me off my feet. And I always felt, as good as Atalanta are as a team, I always felt that we had the quality to maybe get a result in the end, even when in the last few minutes, because we've done it before this season, and forced it. But the main issue here is, Mr. B, is that we need to be winning these games more convincingly, all right? And by having a style of play and, as you say in Jamaica, style and fashion, that kind of thing. You know what I mean, Mr. B? That kind of thing. Style and fashion. A bit of, what do you call it? Or whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be on the same page you here, Mr. B. Yeah? That's how we need to win games. That's how we need to fall something to fall back on. It's not there. That's why we're having to, rely on certain individual players to bail us out all the time, and that's not good enough, in my opinion. But otherwise, we're here to try to critique the side so we can improve. We're still in a good position in the group, as Rebel says. We're still okay in the league for top 4. But we just need to improve, and we need to drill it in, scream it out every week. Everyone in the comments is screaming it out, highlighting what their issues are, and hopefully it will get through up north to 5 hours away to Manchester.
Just want to this comment. To be fair, that's a decent away draw. The overhyped response comes down to negativity around Ollie and the recent form. I mean. Right, does that not tell you the story right there? Okay, we're not Colchester United, right? We're not Dundee United. We're not any other kind of United. We're Manchester United. So if we're happy to say that we're okay with the recent form, then what do you want? And you don't really expect us to do anything other than that, then great. We can all be happy as fans and go, yeah, we're just shit. We're happy with it. It's fine. So I don't understand what's all that about, because I'll tell you one thing for sure. I am not happy with it. We are a billion miles away from winning anything this season. Forget challenging as it stands. We have no hope whatsoever. We come up against a Bayern Munich in this Champions League, PSG, or even Liverpool or Man City. We're going to get slapped up like you won't believe. We are. We all know we are. We're going to come out with red arses, red faces, and everything red. Right, never mind our shirts. So let me tell you, if we start thinking in that kind of fashion, that it's just the recent form, and as if it's like we're happy with that, we have to push for better than that. We're kind of becoming now accepting that we are now slumped and we can't get up. We're still on our knees. Ollie, like I said, is Ollie big enough and strong enough to pull these players off the floor? No, he isn't, and it's becoming quite clear that he isn't. because around that, like you've pointed out many times on Monday, is where they must be asking, Ollie, we understand what you're saying here. You're talking about doing this and doing that in the training, but what's the purpose of it? What's the patterns of play? What's the fucking plan? What we're supposed to be doing? Relying on Ronaldo every single time to pull you out of the shit is not any kind of philosophy. Simple as that.
Rebel.
Okay, I'm going to be some bit positive. I've made my feelings known in private about what I feel about certain things that are going to Man United, and I'm not going to talk about that tonight. Ronaldo, 10 out of 10 performance, 2 goals, the magic man, our Harry Houdini. He made a point disappear from Atalanta tonight and put it in our pockets. Eric Bailly, second best player on the pitch by far. Put on a clinic for us at the back. If he didn't perform the way he did, it might have been out of our reach. 2 players that came off the bench that I'm going to give an honourable mention to before I talk about my last player. Jadon Sancho spent 5 minutes on the pitch, had 1 dangerous cross within his 5 minutes. He was more dangerous than a lot of the players that were on the field in his 5 minutes than any of the rest of them. Second player, Donny van de Beek, shot on target within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Again, that's a lot more than a lot of the players that spend 75, 80, 90 minutes on the field. And my last player, Bruno Fernandes. Now, to those that are new to the channel, make sure that you are hitting that subscribe button because we are giving away a signed Bruno Fernandes Man United shirt when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Other than Ronaldo and Eric Bailly, he was our 3rd best player on the field. And it's clear that we need radical change in the way we approach games. We can be very happy as supporters that we're still fighting it and got it in our own hands to qualify, but much is to ponder.
Me?
Well said.
2-2 is a 2-2. I'll take the draw. The performance stank. You have all said it here already. The performance hasn't been good enough. We signed Ronaldo to score goals. That's what he's been doing. Let's not get it twisted. Yes, he is saving our bacon, and hopefully the team will progress to a level that we're all going to be happy with, but maybe it's not even going to be under Ollie. Let's be honest. Maybe it's not even going to be under Ollie. We scraped through again. I said the last couple minutes of the first half, last couple minutes of the second half, and that's what we got. This is Ollie football at the moment. And I think we're just going to have to accept that. But we've won 1, drawn 1 of the 2 games that he was under pressure in. The next game coming up, we'll talk about on a different show. There's no point. But a couple of people I just want to big up in the messages. Obviously, Bossman Solo, as always. Anthony Herbert, Bath Time. Alenka 007. We saw CB, so we see you all the time, bruv. Thank you for the follow. Sarragon, I know you're new. Sarragon McKenny, I know you're new, but we see you. Thank you again. Tutoring Stand, never seen you before. Thank you. Spread the word, yeah? Hopefully you're going to subscribe. Do, pal, I saw you as well. And Potsy, we see you also, big man. We see you. Thanks for your comment. There was too much comments on here to read out, but we've tried to acknowledge everybody. Charlie, I wondered when we would see you. We'll see you on Friday. Yeah, don't worry. We'll see you on Friday. We'll see
Charlie,
you on Friday.
Yes, Charlie's coming on for the preview, and he's gonna give us some stick. Let me tell you.
That's all right. We'll save it. We have no problem with that. But on Monday, I think you've given me your sore throat, mate. Bloody hell.
I think we should do the last minute equaliser, maybe.
We need to do something. We need to do something. Look, it hasn't been the best. Go on. Yeah,
I think I saw a comment there that someone's obviously listened to the interviews, and Ronaldo made something key. He said that he praised the Atalanta manager. Now, you have to read between the lines, I think, what he's saying there. He said he's looking around saying, Atalanta, they got players who are not superstars in what we have, but they play as a team. And I think what Ronaldo is trying to highlight there is well done to their manager for playing as a team. That's the way I see it.
Can you can you disagree? Can you disagree? Really? No. But
No.
this is stuff that they said they were saying before they went and won against Tottenham. You see what I mean? I keep saying the players do not want to be in the Europa. That is the carrot that is being dangled for them at the moment. Once the group stage is finished, they've done their job. Get kicked out, then we've got one game a week till the end of the season to try and qualify for the Champions League again. Because let's be honest, none of them want to play in Europa. And Ronaldo especially, I see Anthony with your funny jokes, mate, about him being about him wanting to be the star of Europa. He doesn't want it this season. He doesn't want it this season. So let's be honest, at the moment we've got situations that we as fans aren't happy with. Which one's this one? This one?
That's what I was trying to say. Subliminal message from Ronaldo about the way Atalanta set up. Yeah,
definitely. But Ronaldo, those players don't want to lose games. So while they're still in it, they're not going to just give up. You know, nobody. All right, some players played bad, but that's going to be time. We'll have to squeeze that into another show. Maybe we'll get MAISEY on a score rating or something. But some of those players today weren't very good. You know, it's still fresh. Maybe we do need a couple of days to maybe try and reassess what's going on here. But you know, at the moment, my throat's going. So talk. Yes. I want you to say your goodbyes. Give yourself a couple minutes talking time. Then it's going to be you, Rebel. Then it's going to be you, OMONDI. And then we're just going to sign this baby off.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, going into the City game, I'm just not confident that we can get a result if we try and go for that 5 at the back system. I just don't see it. I just think they'll take the piss. They really will. So you know what? For me, he's going to have to revert back. And use Ronaldo. He's going to have to use Rashford on one side, Sancho on the other. And yeah, listen, there's a lot of players tonight who are nowhere near good enough. And yeah, maybe we'll get MAISEY to do a player ratings as a special one-off for the Champions League game. But I'm just feeling a bit flat at the moment. I know it's a positive result, but in terms of the performance, it's just not filled me with any kind of confidence whatsoever.
Yeah, I would tend to agree 100%. I'm delighted with a point tonight, delighted that we're still fighting and still able to fight. I suppose, despondent in the way that we've progressed since we've really started putting a right microscope over things since the Leicester game. I'm hoping that something changes. I have to believe something will change because we have a squad that's far too talented to be doddering the way we do. And I suppose to sum up the way that tonight went, the Atlanta players will probably be listening to Shaggy saying, "It wasn't me, brother. It wasn't me."
Yeah, do you want to say I'm more concerned about Mr. B at the moment. I've got a headache, he got sore throat, and there's a lot of soreness, about our performances lately. Ollie has got to sort something out. I'm not here saying out, but we can see, we watch all the games. I'm sure most of you guys watch most of the games as well. We can see there's a major issue here. We came up against a team of lesser players, but can play as a team, and they outdid us. They were probably the better team in both matches. That could be argued, and definitely the better team. Maybe not. They didn't get the result they required, but I feel they play really good football, and you have to praise them for what they've got, for maximising all their potential. If we could maximise our potential, we would be winning 10-0 every game. That's how good we are. But we've got a coach at the moment who's struggling to get them, to tweak them and turn them on and get them playing a good style of football. So onwards and upwards.
Anthony Herbert. Oh dear. He always signs us offers, isn't it, to make us chuckle. Yeah. Oh dear.
with that comment straight underneath the list. Thank you for watching the Man United agenda. We'll be back in a couple of days.
Good night.